Welcome everybody to Casual Counter-Strike. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than our normal playthroughs. We're going to be going through the loadout of the account. We'll start with the CT side and then move over to the Terra side afterwards. And the theme I went with for this account is the color cyan. So every weapon has to have some type of cyan color, aquamarine, bluish, greenish tint to it, and that limits the types of guns I could have on each side. So we'll start by looking at the player skins. For the CT side, I have Lieutenant Commander Rickshaw. It has a little bit of blue in the hat. Otherwise, it's a plain skin. I like this one because it has different animations for losing and then also for winning.
I'm all in.
The gloves I have for both terrorists and counter-terrorists are these overprint hand wraps, and pattern template's 188 and has a field-tested wear rate. This one I picked out because there's a lot of cyan in it. There's some darker areas, but most of it's bright cyan. The knife we have for both terrorists and counter-terrorists is a gut knife. It's a gamma Doppler. It has the pattern 186, and it's a factory new. This has got a good shade of green and blue. It's a good mixture, and I just liked how it looked and went with the cyan color. The Zeus, I don't really have a skin for this particular one because it already has cyan colors on it, although it does have a sticker with a lightning bolt on it. The stat track I have is the Neo Noir because I have some Neo Noir guns. The only coin I have on this account is the Copenhagen, the recent major, first CS2 major, and I didn't quite get to diamond. I only got gold. I had the first round good, but didn't get the last two. And graffiti, I don't have anything special on graffiti right now. It's just an X with the two X's. All right, onto the guns. So for the USPS Silence, I have the Neo Noir. It's a stat track. Most of my guns are stat tracks. They might all be stat tracks. This one has a minimal wear rating of 0.07. And it's got some cyan coloring on it. Limited amount. There's some on top, but it looks nice with the kit. Next we have the P250 Visions. This one's got a very cool kind of a 60s vibe. Lots of different colors. This one is a minimal wear. It's got a bunch of cyan all throughout. Next we have Polymer. This is the CZ75 Auto. And this one has a different wear, different skin tones depending on what you go for up top. And the one I picked out had quite a few of these bright cyan shapes here rather than the darker ones. It is also factory new. Next we have the 5.7. This is Foul Play. This one's almost entirely cyan up top. Very cool gun. It's a minimal wear. And last we have the revolver. The R8 revolver. Grip is the skin. This one doesn't have much. It has a little bit of blue in the handle, but there wasn't any deagles that had blue and cyan, and so I had to kind of go with this one. Not my favorite out of the picks, but it sort of matches the color scheme. It's a factory new. Moving on to the mid tier, we have the UMP Scaffold. This one fits the color scheme perfect. It's almost entirely cyan. And this one is also a min wear. Next we have the Mag 7 Cobalt Core. This one's got a lot of cyan in certain areas, but then also a lot of blue. This one is a factory new, a very low float. Next we have the PP Bison, and most people don't play with this. It's the Embargo skin. It's a rustic skin, but it has a lot of cyan mixed in. And this is also a minimum wear, even though it doesn't look like it. It is a min wear. Next we have the XM 1014 Slipstream. Again, this one has more of a blue tint to it, but it does have some cyan highlights. This one also is a factory new. Last of the mid tier is the P90 Traction. This has a couple stickers on it. I think when I purchased it, it came with the stickers. Very cool pattern. Got a lot of cyan in it. This one's a factory new as well. Moving on to the rifles. We have the Scout SSG 08. This is the mainframe skin, mainframe 01. This is a low float as well. It's a factory new. For the main gun that the account uses, the M4A1S, this is a Nightmare skin. It's got a lot of cyan, a lot of dark blue. A couple stickers there from when I purchased it as well. Cloud9 glitters. And this has got a minwear. Next we have the AUG or Ricochet. This is another one where I believe the pattern can change depending on which pattern or which finish and pattern you get. This one goes very well with the color scheme. Next we have the AUG Neo Noir. This goes along with the USP I have. There's not a ton of cyan in it, but there are accents like on the barrel and a couple other areas. This is a field tested. And last on the CT side, we have one of the auto shotties, the Scar 20 Grotto. Again, this one is mostly blue, but there's a little bit of cyan if depending on how the light hits it. This one is also a factory new. Alright, moving on to the T side. A lot of these guns will be the same. Let's inspect the skin first. This is Sir Bloody Miami Daryl from the Professionals. Again, I like this one because it has some cyan colors mixed in. It's very bright, vibrant, and it also has different animations for the match end and defeat end win.
Yeah, alright.
Bomb has the tag of the YouTube channel on it. The Glock has a clear polymer is the skin, and it has some cyan colors on top of it. I like this one as well because when you're looking at it, it has that color changing top. This is also a factory new. We've already seen Visions, the polymer. This is the Tech 9 Avalanche. This one has a lot of cyan mixed in with some orange. Seems to go pretty well with the color scheme. And this one is a minimum wear. Next for T's, we have the Mac 10 Malachite. This one also changes color depending on the sun, and very, very nice skin for the outlet for. It's a factory new. A few more left. This is the AK-47 Ice Cold. This one has quite a bit of cyan color on it. There's a couple different options I had for AK, but I went with this one. This is a minimal wear. The SG. This one doesn't have a ton of cyan, but it was the closest I could get. It has a bunch of blue, and I think this skin also changes depending on the pattern you get. This is a factory new. And last but not least, we have another auto shotty. This one has this water area that changes color depending on the angle of the sun, and a lot of times it ends up being a cyan color which matches the loadout. This is also a factory new. That's it for the entire loadouts for the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video taking a look at each one. I think out of all these, my favorite might be, I really like this MAC-10. It looks great in the sun, and it reflects the colors nice, and it's just one of my favorites that matches the color scheme. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe for more content. And I'll talk to you again next time.